northbound, we've got slow/stop traffic just after exit 152B. Oh, what the fuck, Texas? God damn. Bunch of fucking animals. Was that a fucking what the hell? That was a with the police. 2000 Silverado with a, well, it looked like 22 by 14s on it. Yo, what's up? One sec, I can't hear you. Let me pause this podcast real quick. What's up? What'd you do? What? You pulled the guy out of his truck? Oh, I thought, okay, hold on. Oh, I misunderstood that. I thought you had, like, forcefully removed him from his vehicle, not that you were getting him unstuck. Well, at least you got them. Well, there's a lot of those guys in your area. Oh. Where was this exactly? Oh yeah, so he... Oh Jesus, what the fuck, Camaro? God, dude, people in Texas are retarded, man. Excuse me, they're dumb as fuck. Yeah. Well, if this was during the, was this during the day or like really early in the morning? Oh yeah. Have you guys been getting some rain out there? Like, was the ground soggy? Oh yeah. I wonder, like, why didn't he just go to the Flying J? Because if it's during the day, like, truck stops only really fill up at like between like 4 and 8. Depending, you know, now it varies from each truck stop, but around 4 and 8 p.m. That's when things start getting really full. But in the morning, there's never any issues to find parking, like, or even in midday. I don't know, like, why was... Is that Flying J paid parking only? Is it paid parking only? There's a few of them out there. Okay, that's your answer. He didn't want to pay for parking. He was being cheap. I've seen some of these guys fucking like bathe themselves in the truck stop sink because they're too cheap to pay for a shower that they get for fucking free if they fill up there. Like, it's insane. So yeah, he didn't want to pay for parking and he got himself fucked up. Yeah, I don't get it. It must be a cultural thing, I guess. But I've never had issues getting a shower when I wanted it, and like 99% of the time, you can get it to a truck stop that you fill up at, and that's where you get free showers. And then the 1% of the rest of the time, paying 15 bucks is not that big of a deal. Like, I don't know, like, what trucker is out here doing over the road that is struggling for, you know, an extra 15 bucks, you know, a couple times a month. Like, I don't get it, man. It doesn't make any sense to me. Well, here's, mate, like, are you allowed to fill up at Flying J's? Oh, because I was gonna suggest, I mean, if you just have that be the truck stop you fill up at, that gets rid of that cost altogether. You get your points every time you fill up and your free shower, and like, that would be the best way to go. So Love's has better points than Flying J, although Flying J has another like points as you go system, which I haven't checked out. But with Loves, like, I wouldn't save my points up at all. I'd get them to get free breakfasts, and depending on how hard I was running, I could, like, every other day to almost every day, I was getting a free breakfast. And I have a whole bunch of Love shower credits that I haven't used up because I don't fill up there anymore. So I'm thinking, dude, if you want to use my shower credits, it'll fucking save you 20 bucks a month. Do it. Yeah. Yeah, dude, let me give you my my Flying J account, and you can use the shower credits, or let me see how many I'm getting per month. And you know, if you use it every other time or whatever, but yeah, you can absolutely use them, especially if your company's not letting you fill up at the Flying J. Fuck, that guy was close. Holy shit. Yeah, I need to investigate what Flying J's point system is, because I'm not that familiar with it. Because with Loves, I was getting so many fucking points with Loves, and it was like almost a per diem type of deal with how much I was getting off it. Because I want to say it was like 100, maybe even 200 bucks a month with how much I was running. I want to say that, but I think I might be overestimating. And total like stuff. And the big downside is, unfortunately, the like the actual store tends to be more expensive than like a local convenience store. But you know, that's fine. No, don't go to Snyder. All right, don't. How's the broker thing coming along? How's the brokerage thing with your wife coming along? Yeah, I think it's the CNA. Where is it? Yeah, well, like, if it's something she doesn't want to do, I totally understand. You know, I don't want to, like, you know, because I sent you the money for it, like, I don't want to feel like you guys are obligated to do something you don't want to do. Yeah, so you don't want to do a dispatcher It is trucker babysitting. You don't get paid as much. You don't have flexibility over your schedule. It'll be just like working a day job, whereas being a broker is more closely to working as a salesman, where you can entirely choose what you want to do. Why is my fucking shifting weird? Yeah, so with most sales jobs out there, there's a base hourly rate. And when I was working at the dealership, it was either or, which was annoying because it was either you, if your commission ends up higher than what your hourly rate would have been, you get commission. But if your hourly rate was higher, you get hourly. And it was really annoying the way they did that. Because for the first fucking, like, you know, 10, 15 cards I'd sell, I was working for free. Wasn't making me any extra money. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think they, so they had, he was gonna go in at some point for something, and then they had that snowstorm, and then they stopped getting back to him. So I don't know what ended up happening with that. So I might be getting a manual, which I'll be excited. So the company is like changing over names for some reason, which I don't really know why they're doing that. But my boss pretty much said, pick out a truck, you know, let me know what you want and I'll see what I can do. And so I said, Peterbilt, Kenworth, manual, double bunk is optional. If there's nothing else, give me a Volvo. Fuck it. So that'll be in a couple weeks that I get that. God, these lanes feel so fucking narrow. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I need to do my taxes as well. I've got about a month worth of taxes that's going to be under 1099 that I'm probably just going to use my my this year's tax return for that, unless the state of Arizona tries to fuck me again. So yeah, I need to get out of Arizona ASAP, man. I'm waiting for my dad to switch his license over to South Dakota because they have a process there where you don't need to have like you can have your registered address there, but you don't need to have an address. And he was explaining it to me, and so once he goes and does that, I'm gonna go do it, fly out there for a weekend or something, head out to the DMV and switch over because they have got no income tax over in South Dakota. But Arizona, for being a so-called red state, Arizona fucks you in taxes, man. Yeah. And same thing with like fucking fuel. Gas is so expensive in Arizona, and you go to New Mexico and it's not even close. Like gas is like $5 a gallon. It's crazy. And it's like, man, it's like, fucking why? It's not like it's hard to get. You got West Texas right over there. I guess so. Yeah, other than that, things have been good. Just other than that, things have been good. Just hanging out, man. Yeah, I mean, do what you gotta do. You have your CDL. As long as you maintain your med card, you're never gonna lose your CDL unless you get caught doing something stupid in your personal vehicle. And so you can go out and do other things, go back to doing the roadside stuff if you want. And it will, and who knows, doing the roadside side equipment and having a CDL might open the door for you to get a job being a wrecker. I would imagine those pays pretty well. Shit, dude, I hate to even suggest this, but if you're in a desperate situation, maybe hop on that old Ozempic. Ooh, fighter jet. I mean, well, you're gonna lose your mind if you do that. Just cut out sugars. Like, literally, don't even have artificial sweeteners. Just cut out all sugar. I have. Okay, so, well, the thing that will lose weight the most is just calories in, calories out. It's as simple as that. Now, when you do that and you just focus on calories in, calories out, you will lose muscle mass. You will, you got to make sure you get caught up on your other nutrients, but you will lose weight rather quickly. Now, you can offset that, and there is not really an equation, but a calculation based off, if you want to gain weight, it's like something like 1.5 times your body mass in protein per day. Holy fucking shit, what is this road, dude? This thing is throwing me all over the place. Yep. Oh my fucking god. But I don't recommend doing that much, just because it'll be that if you're lifting weights and needing your muscles to grow, you'll do that. You'll increase your protein intake, but like, protein is the building blocks of muscle, and it does other things. And so if you're exerting your muscles and you're tearing them and needing them to rebuild and build back better, right? That's when you need to really up your protein intake. Oh my fucking god. Yeah. Yes. Vegetables It's amazing that when you cut out all the processed foods, your calorie intake just drops significantly. Like, oh, I thought you meant steroids. I didn't know. Yeah. The thing about fruit is fruit tends to have a lot of, so like don't just only eat fruit just to get sweet, because the sugar, the little sugar demons are fucking strong. Yeah. Well, and whatever bacteria is remaining, that's the addiction part of sugar. Is like there is an element of being physically addicted to sugar, like through your brain chemistry, but it's actually I believe in like more large part, it's your gut biome and the bacteria in your gut that gets addicted to sugar, which then sends signals through your gut to your brain telling you that you need sugar, and it desires it. So and same thing with like artificial sweeteners. I'm pretty I wouldn't be surprised if those artificial sweeteners are just as bad for you as like processed sugar. Okay, Chick-fil-A is fast food. Come on now. Well, whenever I go to Chick-fil-A, I just get the chicken nuggies, dude. I love their chicken nuggies, man. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I've dropped a lot of weight since I've mostly cut out sugar. Every now and then I'll get like a little sugary treat or a donut, but for the most part, compared to when I started driving and over the road, I think I've lost like 30 pounds, something like that, about 30. And you know, it's just diet. I'm not eating the best, but I'm cut out sugar and I'm intaking a whole fuckload less calories than I used to. And I think I'm only sitting at like I think I might be 200 now, instead of, because I had gotten up to 240. So I'm either 200 or 210. So I'm at the same weight I was when I was working at the post office. And you'll notice that when you cut out sugar, your overall calorie intake will drop significantly, because most of the foods that have a bunch of sugar in it, it's not a lot in terms of like volume of food, but they're very calorically dense. So that will allow you to maintain your calorie goals. And if you started simply just by counting calories, you know, take a moment when you go to the truck stop or whatever and you look on the back, just take a look at the label. Well, instead of this, you know, I'll get the Nutri-Grain bar. And I fucking love those things, those Nutri-Grain bars. Or Nature Valley, not Nutri-Grain, the Nature Valley. I can have one of those in the morning and I don't need to eat until the afternoon. I don't know what sort of shit is in there, but it's fucking great. Or even the evening, you know, until the end of the day. And then only a short while after you do eat an entire bag of Hershey's Kisses, you feel like shit. I don't know if that guy's turn signal was on. I'm on a Interstate 35 right now. I fucking hate this interstate. From Laredo, Texas, all the way to Dallas. It's awful. It's just so fucking busy. Austin sucks. You know, you go to, like, you ever listen to Joe Rogan, and you know, Joe Rogan's all like, oh, Austin's fucking amazing, oh, I'm so glad. Austin's shit, dude. They're fucking lying to themselves, think Austin's good. I would much rather deal with Los Angeles traffic than Texas traffic any fucking day of the week, dude. They are so dumb out here. I don't think it's cortisone. I think it's cortisol, because cortisone is like a steroid cream. Yeah, cortisol, or it's the stress hormone. I know what you're talking about, but yeah. I think so. I think it's cortisol, yeah. Yeah, it checks out. Also, like the ability for you to have, like if you've had a long and stressful day, I've noticed that I have no self-control. The moment I walk into a truck stop, it is just the trashiest food. It is any sort of comfort food I could fucking get my hands on. And like, especially if I'm super exhausted, I just cannot control myself. It is a real challenge. That, and it's expensive. I mean, because I'm not cooking my own food, one, the health is a problem, and two, it's a lot of fucking money I've wasted on it. A lot, just over time, just because it's so expensive. And you know, if I could like drive in Montana, like if I could get a local job in Montana, those town and pumps they've got out there are awesome. They've got great fucking food. The great food that they cook there. It's not full of bullshit, and it's so cheap. It is. I'm always amazed every single time I go there. Same with the quick trips out in the Midwest. Every time I fucking go there, anywhere else in the country, I'd be spending $25, $30, and I get it for $12. It is amazing. It's everything. Like, they've got these Polish sausages that are really good. They've got in the morning their breakfast sandwiches. They're like sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits or croissants. Even the pizza they've got is really good. They've got, you know, hash browns, potatoes. They've got whole chickens, like roast chicken legs. They've got fried chicken if you want it. They've got a whole bunch of stuff. You know, burgers. It's not necessarily the healthiest food, but it tastes really good. And I could get, you know, like 2 slices of pizza, 2 energy drinks, a water, and you know, something else, one of those sausages. And then, like I said, it's like $14. It's a shocking amount of food. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm amazed that Red Bull is still in business. Like, not necessarily still in business, but like, it's crazy that it's less volume for what the drinks are. And it's so much more expensive. It's $2 to $3, or it's $1 to $2 more expensive than any other energy drink. And there's so many more that are available, because I don't really drink coffee anymore after the incident that I had in Ohio. I don't trust truck stop coffees anymore. Oh, I got I think from what happened to me, I think I got like norovirus or something, or like bleach poisoning, something like that. Oh no, I was shitting and vomiting for 6 hours straight. Oh yeah, I was almost ready to call a fucking ambulance and go to the hospital. It was awful. And the worst part is I had my delivery the next morning, and I didn't get any fucking sleep because I was just sitting on the fucking toilet for hours and hours and thrown up into a trash bag. That I didn't get any sleep, and I had to drive 3 hours after that, which I really shouldn't have done. I should have told my dispatcher that to fuck off, because I was in no condition to drive. I would say that it would have been the equivalent of like drunk driving at that point, or intoxicated, with how sick I was. Yes, from a in there's a lot, and I noticed that there was an odd taste to the coffee, but I didn't think anything of it. I drive the rest of my day, and the moment I parked my truck, like, because I felt like oddly tired, and then I parked my truck and lay down, and all of a sudden I start to shit myself. Like, it just came on fast, lasted forever. And so I don't really drink coffee anymore. I don't trust it. So either they had just cleaned the machine and used like some sort of fucking chemical and I got poisoned. Someone put something in the coffee, something like that. It was the craziest food poisoning I've ever experienced. Yeah, so I don't trust it. The only time I'll get coffee, and plus coffee gives me the shakes, espresso doesn't. If I can get those espresso machines at the Quick Trips, I'll drink those. And espresso doesn't make me shake. But yeah, ever since then, I just cannot trust the coffee anywhere. Yeah. If it really is that much, I'd be surprised. I would be interested to see if it's like, hey, it's this much after, 2 years of employment, something like that. Because I just don't trust any of these big companies. And yeah, small companies will screw you just as much, but the best job is a small company that treats you well. That's literally the best job you can find, because there are people that have been with these big companies for a long time and they love it, and they get paid really well and they do great. Like my buddy who was a trainer at night, when he was actually driving, he loved it, and then they fucked him over when he went to go be a dispatcher. They completely fucked him. Yeah, JB Hunt has a lot of dedicated runs and local runs. Everyone always dislikes JB Hunt because their drivers are shit, or they tend to be shit. And there's like, look up on the internet or go on Reddit and look up people's experiences from working for these companies, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to know about them. Now, look for both, though. That's what I'm getting at, is look for people who have had great experiences and look for people who have bad experiences. Make an educated decision. Because there are people who, like I said, they're very happy with their jobs at these big companies. You don't really hear drivers bitching very much. I don't really hear anything about them complaining, although they force you to wear a uniform, which is gay, but other than that, Gentel was trying to get me to go to Walmart for a long time, because he kept seeing those ads about making $120K a year or whatever, and I'm like, dude, that's not gonna be what. You fucking cunts, man. I hate Texans, man. God, fuck Texas. The shittiest people in the goddamn country. Like, seriously, I will Well, yeah, he lives pretty much in a Walmart at Walmart World Headquarters. Like, of course he loves Walmart, which I don't blame him. Walmart's fucking great. I don't mind Walmart either. I don't necessarily, like, love them, but, you know, I've never been wronged by a Walmart. Even their delivery process at their warehouses are pretty good too. I've rarely had issues. I think I might have only had one issue of them taking forever, but they've got, at most of the warehouses I've been to, they've got it really locked down and running efficient. Yeah, hey man, I say go for it. As I was saying before, you're not gonna lose your CDL if you stop driving a truck. You'll still have it, and if things go wrong, you can always get another. Like, it is the easiest thing in the world to get a job trucking. You had a bunch of tools get stolen from you, right? If I remember. Oh, why don't you ask him to get it back? Bullshit. Wow. Yeah, it's a lost cause argument. Wow. Well, that's stuff you can use later on now. You know, if you go back to it. Sell them as you go. Have you seen any postal contractor jobs? Because when I was working for the post office, I was making $35 an hour right off the gate for a company that was had postal contracts. And I knew a couple guys in California. There's one guy that actually works in your area that works for post office doing the same thing that I was doing. He drives up and down the 99 in Bakersfield. And it was a pretty good gig. I mean, the schedule you work nights, but for the most part, but they do have day shifts. They'd probably start you out on the night shifts because all the guys with seniority get the day shifts, usually, at least from what I've seen. And I was working 410s and there was overtime. And also, like, if it's something that you wouldn't mind still doing, like trucking, look for a company or jobs that they're not trucking companies, but they need a CDL driver. Jobs like that. What are you fucking doing, dude? That wouldn't be a bad gig. No. Yeah, you can usually tell if there's like spattering on the rim, if that's leaking. That, and if the hubs are warm. And same thing with the shocks. If the shocks are warm and they're cold, it means they're not. Now, I think that might only apply to a certain kind of shock, like the gas or nitrogen shocks or something like that. Hydraulic shocks might not do that. I'm not sure. about a week ago, I had a weird instance where when I was doing my my post trip, I noticed that there was like a fluid that had spattered on the driver's side of the engine bay. It was on the frame rail. There was like, it looked kind of brownish, but I couldn't tell if that was like just the debris and dirt. It didn't smell like anything like coolant. And I checked all my fluids, they were good, and I couldn't find the leak at all. The only thing that was showing up was on the rear two injectors. It looked like that they were wet, as if they were leaking a little bit. But I didn't see what would have caused like a spatter or a splatter. And then it just went away. And it never saw it again. I was like, what the fuck is that? Now, I probably need to get those two injectors checked out, but, you know, I'll be getting a different truck here in a week or two anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah. Our good old Commander-in-Chief. We got some Canada's upset. What do you think about our good old Commander-in-Chief? Canada's pissed off, which is great. Fuck Canada. Mexico's pissed off. Great. Fuck Mexico. Oh, dude. So, when I was delivering, dropping my trailer down in Laredo, the gate guy, this Mexican dude, spoke a little bit of English, and I hop out of the truck and we're going through the paperwork, and you know, he asked me, where are you from? And it's like Washington, and he's like, oh, okay. He's like, oh, you like Trump? And I'm like, yeah, I like Trump, but people in Washington don't. He's like, they don't? He's like, oh yeah, Trump #1. And he gives me a big smile, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Do you just not want to get deported or something because you see I'm like a white hick? or is this really happening? He's like, oh yeah, Trump #1, numero uno. Like, hell yeah, dude. Laredo is crazy. No, nor do I intend to. Well, of course. Did I lose you? You went through Idaho to get to Canada. So I was hearing a fact on YouTube about this, and that Idaho and Canada is one of the only places in the world where you have an inland temperate rainforest. Because most temperate rainforests, like you see in Oregon and Washington, they're up against the coast. And with like Spokane and the panhandle of Idaho and going into Canada, where it then meets back up into the Cascades, it's one of the few places where you actually have the temperate rainforest. That's not near a major body of water, and it's because the water source, like, so temperate rainforests, they get an incredible amount of rain, hence the term rainforest. And you know, Washington, Oregon, especially on the coast and up toward the Cascades, they get an incredible amount of rain coming in from the Pacific. But because of how much snow that section of the country gets, that supports, they get enough snow that then melts and gets fed into the ecosystem, that it allows that rainforest to exist. Whereas any other part in the world, you're not going to see it's a particular type of rainforest. It's a temperate rainforest where you have, it tends to be colder. You have, well, it's very temperate, moderate climate, not hot, not cold, lots of water. And it's just, it's my favorite place in the whole country. I love it. I think compared to everywhere else in the country, nothing beats it. Nothing beats the weather. The air is so much better. It's just so fucking fresh and wonderful. Yeah. Oh yeah. That area, it does get very fucking cold. And what I think what makes that place so beautiful all year round is come on. This guy, I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. Is because of the pine trees, the wintertime still have color. Like, you go to the rest of the country and all the trees lose their leaves, they become dead, and everything gets gray and ugly. That doesn't happen in the Northwest. It stays green and fucking beautiful, with the exception of the grass. Grass gets brown. And it just, it feels so alive up there. Yeah. That's exactly why they call it evergreen. Yeah, Canada is just a DLC for the Northwest, you know, and I haven't unlocked that DLC yet. It's optional, you know, you don't need it. It's like a footnote into how great the Northwest is, minus all the gay shit. Well, it's a different feeling. The people behave differently, the environment's different, the driving's different. It's like all these little factors that accumulate into almost an alien experience. Saskatchewan. Yeah, the way that our country designs its roads and how in most states it's not a problem. You get to the East Coast and the amount of cloverleaf junctions that are there pisses me off, because it's a shitty junction. And that's all that is out on the East Coast, unless you're in like Pennsylvania, or you're dealing with the turnpikes, or you've got these state highways that, you know, like they have turn lanes in them where they're not like controlled access highways. And then you get down to the southern part of the country, Texas and Arizona specifically, where you have their frontage road system, which I fucking despise. It's dog shit. Like, in theory, it's a good idea. The way they've executed it is terrible. Tucson does it a little better, and for whatever reason, New Mexico doesn't do it. But I can't stand it out here. The roads are fucking horrible. And the Northwest is similar to Canada in that sense. I can't speak on the Canadian road design, how much it varies, but it's similar in terms of environment and the layout of the cities. do the Ranger. The 4Runner would be cool, but just the Ranger is more fun, in my opinion. I don't like Jeeps. Well, and also in terms of parts availability, I'd imagine a Ford Ranger is better, and just at getting parts and having it be compatible with other Ford products. Whereas the Jeep, I don't know how much of the Chrysler stuff is interchangeable. Really? Huh. Yeah, my dad has this special edition Wrangler that he got for his wife. It's this Arctic edition that they only made for, I think, 1 year. And it's cool, but I don't like it the way it drives. I don't... You know, the only nice gimmick is you can take the doors and roof off, pretty much. No, like, that's the only gimmick that's cool, is that you can take the doors and roof off. Getting ready to go through Austin. You know, I've wondered this in the times that I've gone through areas where, like, really famous people live. You don't really ever see them driving around. You know, there's occasionally videos of so-and-so's supercar going down the road. And with how bad Austin traffic is, it's like there's no way that any of these guys that have moved out here are driving around in this traffic. How are they getting around? You know, do they really have underground tunnels that they travel with that only the richest of the rich are privy to? Well, that's the rumor about the LA area, but shit, maybe in Austin too. I don't know. Maybe it's true. Austin is a surprisingly big city. The skyline in Austin is incredible. That's the one thing I think it's got going for it, is that at night driving through it is very pretty. But the traffic. It must be all the Californians that moved out here. That's what it's got to be, because shit, dude. You look at pictures of Austin 20 years ago, and it's not even close to this, what it is now. only rich people can live in nice and beautiful areas. Oh, come on, dude. Don't swerve into me. Oh, please, please, please don't crash into me. Nah, he was reaching into his back seat. So I went through the Border Patrol checkpoint in Laredo. Nothing's changed, man. They asked me, are you a U.S. citizen? I said, yes. Okay. Carry on. You fucking asshole. Yeah. Well, you would imagine if he was a local, or was this another truck driver, or was this just a guy? You would think he would like know the area, you know? And they sure as hell ain't getting any smarter. that's a nice fucking Charger. Wow. That's really well done. Although he has those shitty louvers. Yeah. The louvers that you could see on muscle cars and today would be cool if they maintained the design from the like 60s and 70s. But instead, they've made them all fucking... oh, Jesus. They've made them all fucking angular. And they look terrible. It's like they look like the front end of a new Camaro. Any news going on in the world that you've seen? Well, I'm just speaking like in general. Like, what are the events that are occurring? You can, you don't have to pay for a VPN. Just use the Tor browser. Well, they freed the Silk Road guy. You think he's going to throw up his website again? Trump did. I'm pretty sure Trump pardoned the Silk Road guy. A couple weeks ago or last week? I believe so. Can somebody fact check me on that? Yo, what's up, AT? How you doing? Sweet. Fucking Austin traffic. Oh, I was listening to a podcast. Fuck, dude. Charger does sound very, very nice. AT, I was saying a little minute ago, it's like I'm going through Austin, Texas right now. Traffic is worse than anything LA could think of. And it's like, you don't, with all these like rich and famous people that have moved here recently, you don't, like, there's no way that they're dealing with this traffic. They'd never get anything done. So how are they getting around? If you look at my YouTube stream right now, there's no fucking way, you know, Joe Rogan or Elon Musk are driving through this. No way. Because I think Joe Rogan's comedy club is right up ahead in those buildings somewhere on one of the main streets. I don't know what he said. I remember us talking about it, though. Yeah, I would have to get one of those. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get one of those boosters. I don't remember about the list, but I remember us talking about that each one uses that specific bandwidth. Yeah. I've already got one. I've got both. Yeah, I've got a phone that's on AT&T, and then my router is on Verizon. It's just because I gotta double check AT&T's business accounts, but at the time that I was getting the plan, I didn't see anything with AT&T that would compete with Verizon. And AT&T's network is pretty dang good. There's only a few areas where I've had issues with it, like in upstate New York, it's shit. But because they're on two different cell networks, like T-Mobile uses Verizon's network for their network. No, that's the screen sharing is the other phone. Yes I do. My T680 I had didn't have a passenger seat. It was actually really nice. Yeah. Fuck GLP. Well, so actually, I knew a girl that this happened to. She went to a... No. No, she did not become a duck. But what the idea of what you're talking about happened to. She went to Australia for like a theater school of some kind. And she came back with the most horrendous Australian accent. Like, she sounded like a completely different person. And I was like, oh, it was awful. So that tends to happen to people where if they live in an area long enough, they adopt the accent. So there is some truth to that. If you live with ducks, you end up quacking like a duck. Well, yeah, both can happen. Okay. You there? Hello? There, now you're back. Well, it was human error that would have caused the mechanical failure. Well, what do you mean go around? What do you mean go? Well, no, like what do you mean by go